All right, let's see. We got another little video here. Let's see. What do we got? What do we have?
In September of 2008, something unheard of happened in the art world. A British artist, Damien Hirst, took 223 pieces of his new work to Sotheby's auction house and sold every single piece.
I'll start the bidding here at £2,500,000.
Jesus.
It was a 2-day event, and the total sale was about $200 million. It broke the record for a single artist auction of $20 million back in 1993. Hirst's work included things like this zebra, this unicorn, and this painting made from butterflies. So how do artists do this? Well, for the most part,
Wait a minute. This guy made $200 million in a single art sale? Jesus.
the artists aren't the ones behind it. Okay, so obviously money isn't the only value that defines a work of art. And
Right.
who knows how history will remember this unicorn. But in order to sell $1 million artwork, you need strong market value and you need extremely high demand. And a ton of work goes into creating that.
Yeah.
As Don Thompson describes in his book, the formula for art pricing goes something like this. The bigger the work, generally the more expensive it is. But the biggest variable is the reputation of the artist. Sometimes you're world famous and sometimes you're not.
What?
But when a new artist steps into the art market, the reputation of the artist heavily relies on the name of the dealer.
Right.
The Shark by Damien Hirst is a good example. Hirst first began working with an art industry giant, Charles Saatchi, in the 1990s. Saatchi commissioned Hirst to make anything he wanted for £50,000 after
Right.
seeing this cow's head at a show shortly after Hirst's graduation in 1990. Hirst bought a shark for £6,000 from an Australian fisherman
Oh
and
my
created
God.
this, injecting it with tons of formaldehyde. Later in 2004, it was sold for $12 million to
What
a
the hell?
billionaire hedge fund manager, Steve Cohen. It was roughly 130 times the original price, but it makes sense considering Saatchi's reputation.
Oh my
And it makes
God.
more sense when you think about how it was bought. Dealers can use selective
Influence.
information to get potential buyers to pay more. Hirst's huge auction that I mentioned before, for dealer sold work, everything is private, including the prices,
Right.
which gives dealers the upper hand in pricing. In 1988, New York City tried to ban this by reinforcing the truth in pricing law, and galleries fought back hard, paying fines and protesting, saying that showing prices will be, quote, getting in the way of enjoyment of the exhibition. By keeping the price private, art dealers can rely more on their reputation to make artwork feel more valuable to the buyer.
Sure.
Outside of this equation, the basic laws of economics also apply. The next step of operation for the dealer is creating scarcity. In 1999, when Jenny Saville, a new emerging British artist, became affiliated with Charles Saatchi, he convinced her to cut her work down to only 6 paintings per year.
Wow.
He sold them for $100,000 each. So what does this all
'Cause there
result
weren't
to?
that many.
According to ArtNet, the estimated size of the art market was $64 billion in 2015,
Huh.
and the market is growing outside of traditional sales of galleries and auction houses. This chart shows the art world might be learning the lesson Saatchi taught Jenny Saville. The total value of the art that's being sold is growing faster than the number of pieces. Sell less of
Especially
it
now.
for more. But
Yeah.
to sell that $1 million artwork, you'll need reputation bigger than Hirst's or Charles Saatchi's. The dealer model still dominates the fine art world, but for the rest of us, selling art online has never been easier. The
Yes.
prices are open and it's accessible for a broad group of people. And for one thing, now you know where to start. Think big.
Huh. Think big. That's crazy, man.